Hi everyone, this is Sarah and I'm trying out Screencastify this week. I have been looking for a tool to use to be able to record over portions of my PowerPoints from my online classes, and the search has taken quite a while because I've wanted to find something that was free, obviously, something that could automatically be translated into a video, something that would record captions that I could upload to YouTube so it would be automatically captioned in a way that I could edit it. And I've tried 3 different tools, so now I'm on to Screencastify, which was recommended by one of the colleagues in our class this summer. So this is the main web page you go to, www.screencastify.com, and all you have to do is click to add it to Chrome. It's free, which it does seem to be, as long as you stay under, I think it's 50 recordings in a calendar month. So once you add it to Chrome, it appears in your Chrome bar, this little red tab up here. And you click it to get started, and it gives you some choices. It can just record the entire screen what's seen. It can add your face in if you want it to, or it doesn't have to, or it can just record a specific application. I really wanted students to be able to see my face because in online courses, developing teacher-student rapport is as important as student-to-student rapport, developing a sense of community. So I wanted that to happen. So I'm trying this out, and the way I'm doing it to talk about security in online courses is through this faculty focus report. I did some searching online because this is an issue we have actually been experiencing at Parkland College because some of our online test banks have been compromised. They're available online for students to download. We've had students at one specific, that I shall not name high school, who are finishing their online test 50 questions in 15 minutes with 100% accuracy rating, which is, of course, unprecedented when all the questions are different and so on. So we know that the test banks are out there available for them to use. So we've been exploring different options for how to improve our security. For our population, cost is an issue as well. So having them pay for add-on programs or for proctoring programs like ProctorU is prohibitive. And we have lots of students who can't get to campus. So campus proctoring is not a possibility either. So I found this really nice report from Faculty Focus. And according to this report, it's a 20-page report, and it has these articles, which is really nice because there's several different articles that might be relevant for someone, that might be interesting for them to read. So to access it, you click on Get the Free Report here, and it opens up a new window where you add your information. Obviously, you certify you're not a robot, and then it gives you the report. And I've already done that, so here is the report. I haven't read all of it yet, but I am going to take a look at it and see if it gives me any information on how to combat some of the issues that we've been seeing. In addition, this week, we also learned some new online quizzing software, Quia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and also ProProfs. I actually used ProProfs to create my survey this week. And ProProfs has quizzes, trainings, brain games. Actually, this is kind of fun as a random aside. It'll help you create word searches, crosswords, chess, puzzle scrambles, all kinds of different things that could be relevant for students. So I will be trying this. I'm going to be making some crosswords and word searches and hangman and word scrambles for my introductory psychology class. But as I said, because ProProfs provides quizzing opportunities, one of the utilities is that they provide some information on how to reduce cheating in online quizzes. Now, for those of you who use an LMS, you may be aware of some of these tools, and some of these tools may be available in your LMS. For example, we use Brightspace, and many of the tools that they talk about here are available in Brightspace just as they are in ProProfs. In terms of finding this, if you just go to ProProfs and go to blogs, you can do a search for preventing cheating, and you can find this article. Here's the URL if you want to go to it directly as well. So what they basically tell you is some clever ways to set up your online quizzes or exams in a way that's going to minimize cheating by students. For example, using question pooling. So let's say it's a 10-question quiz. You don't just have 10 questions, you have 10 pools. And each of the 10 pools will randomly pool one of 10 questions. So it's actually a bank of 100 questions. So it's unlikely students are going to get the same question as another student. That's one positive way to do it. Randomizing questions. Having what one student gets is question number one. If another student even gets that question, which the chances are very slim, math, it would be in a different order. This is a positive thing. Psychologically speaking, the research suggests that actually it might be a little bit more difficult for students to take quizzes when order is randomized because it shifts the locations of concepts. So similar concepts aren't quizzed or tested near to each other. That's actually more difficult for students. So I actually tend not to randomize question order, but that's just my preference based on the psychological literature. I keep similar constructs near to each other. So my quizzes are organized by learning objectives. So learning objective 1 for a chapter is followed by 2, 3, down to learning objective 10, and then I have 10 questions for each. So I don't do this, but perhaps I should. Shuffling answer options, again, if you do A, B, C, D, then what's A for one student might be D for another. Adding a time limit, typically if you figure a minute a question for a multiple choice question, that's about average. Some people build in time and a half to do a minute and a half. Limiting the availability in terms of the dates and times is helpful. Privacy controls is one I have not used as much, and the privacy controls that they are showing here are going to be different from, for example, what is in Brightspace, but making sure that the public doesn't have access to it. That's one way to help reduce any potential negative security issues. Also make sure that it's your students who are accessing the quiz based on their email accounts is another way. Revealing the answers, this is another, it's an interesting security and pedagogical question because the research shows that students learn when they take quizzes. So if at the end of the quiz they submit the answer, their answers, and then they see the right answers, they actually can learn from those answers. And for example, you could say, okay, shoot me an email and explain why you got these 2 questions wrong. It could be extra credit, or you can give them a second option, a second opportunity to take the quiz. So showing answers after the quiz is all done can be very beneficial for learning. And if you're using the polling system with more questions, that can be beneficial. So I actually do reveal my answers, which is probably not the best for security, but it is best pedagogically. Now, what is not good is showing the answers as you're going through the quiz, because then they could just hit the back button, obviously, and change their answers. Employing mixed question styles, using some short answers and multiple choices. That's going to be discipline specific, and it depends on how many students you have, but obviously that can be helpful. Disabling the back button for the reason I just mentioned, disabling the print button. Not just print, but also print screen. There are also, for example, in Brightspace, there are things you can click to make sure that they can't click out of the quiz into another part of the browser. That can be done as well. And asking the quiz taker for specific information that you can verify. For example, security identifying information, requiring an ID number. Asking for the seat number, that's for larger classes. So ProProfs provides a lot of these inside their quizzing mechanism to help enhance security. and most of these are available in your LMS too. The funny thing is, it's just you have to trade it off in terms of security versus pedagogical issues to make sure that you're maximizing both. We do most of these, and we're still having issues with students using some sort of, I don't know,